On average, women and girls in developing countries walk 6 kilometers. That's approximately 4 miles a day to collect water. A borehole drilling nonprofit organization called Water is Basic builds water wells in South Sudan, Africa, so people can access clean, safe water near their homes. I chose to bring Water is Basic to your immediate attention as this is a water crisis in Africa. And I don't know about many of you, but I know for myself, I've taken water for granted. I complain about not having a ice cold Dasani water bottle in my refrigerator and having to then just get kitchen faucet water. I can't imagine walking for miles and miles to only gather a limited amount of dirty, unclean water just to stay alive. So today, I advocate for Water is Basic, as water is essential to life, and to tell you how you can take part in this problem solution, transforming thousands of lives with a simple donation of even loose change. So now, let's get to the problem. The problem in many developing countries is that people have little to no access to clean water. With the limited water supply, people simply die from dehydration, diseases. Children cannot go to school because of sanitary issues, and mothers and fathers are unable to work in the fields and yield crops to feed their families. And again, people die. People drink whatever water they can find, which could be contaminated with human and animal waste, pesticides, worms, other pollution, you name it, making people fatally ill. According to the website, The Conversation, contaminated water and inadequate sanitation help transmit diseases like diarrhea, chlorea, dysentery, and typhoid. In Africa, more than 315,000 children die every year because of these diarrheal diseases caused by unsafe drinking water. Also, with the lack of accessibility to clean water, many children suffer as they do not get to receive an education. According to another nonprofit organization, the Water Project, if schools do not have the proper toilets, girls simply drop out when they reach puberty. Since it's the women's responsibility to fetch the water, there are limited education and opportunities for them. The Water Project goes on to say, think about it this way. Every day, women and young girls carry more than 40 pounds of dirty water from sources over 4 miles away from their homes. This leaves little time for education, which is critical to changing the long-term prospects of developing nations. So listen, all people need water. If the lack of water continues to plague developing countries like South Sudan, Africa, not only will people continue to die, but by the hundreds and thousands each year, but children will not be able to gain an education. Mothers and fathers will not be able to work on the field and provide for their family, as crops will not yield. This all is leading to a low economic growth. But there is still hope. as to every problem there is a solution. With the help of direct donations or contributions, or even participation in fundraisers, Water is Basic will be able to build more and more local clean water wells for people in South Sudan, Africa. According to Water is Basic, they finished their first well in 2008, and now they installed over 500 and restored more than 350. Total investment has grown to over $7 million for equipment, local salaries, training, and the supplies. As Water is Basic receives more donations and contributions, the money can be used to build more and more wells, becoming accessible to more and more people, resulting in health and economic growth. According to Water is Basic, $31 provides one person water every day. $62 are for two people. $125 covers 10% of only one well repaired. $625 covers 50%, and $1,250 covers only an entire one well repair. Now let's talk about the power you have to become a solution to this crucial problem. If you support Water is Basic with even a small donation, many lives will be saved and changed for the better. People, especially young children, will have a better chance at survival, and children will be able to begin school, attend school regularly, and further their education. Mothers and fathers will be able to work, and the crops on their fields will yield abundantly, improving nutrition for the entire family's famished bellies. With $31, one Sudanese person out of the 42 million people in South Sudan, Africa, will be able to access clean water every day for 1 year. You're probably thinking, this is impossible. It may seem impossible to provide 42 million people with clean water, but you have the power to help even one person, a child, a mother, a father, or even one family. Without your help, the people of South Sudan, Africa, will continue to die from the lack of clean water. And to survive, they will ultimately have to fight for their essential need to live, which will start a war. At this very moment, you have all the power to support Water is Basic by submitting a simple donation to their website or creating your own fundraiser. So let's go over this one more time. You have the power. Without a doubt, the people in South Sudan, Africa, currently continue to scavenge for the limited clean water, leaving the people dying by the thousands. Now is your time to make a difference by giving a simple donation to Water is Basic, to ensure that eventually all Sudanese people and possibly others gain access to clean water and more water wells. So remember, Water is basic, a basic need that everyone should have access to, as we Americans believe in the life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. Thank you.